Okay, welcome back to Satisfactory, our little sprawl amongst the grassy plains at the moment. I have been wondering if I need to move on a little bit more from here, because I keep running into some shortages of things, and we need to ramp. We do at least now have a parachute that we can use to descend. That said, it's really slow to actually go down, because then you can't descend faster. So I think maybe the zip line is still the way to go. So we've got our big manufactory over here now, that I think we manually fed in a few things just to make a handful of computers. We're going to have to figure out how to ramp things up to make things more reliably. We've got our assembler making motors, almost 50 of them in there now. 12 computers. Okay, well that's, you know, it's not nothing. It's not many, but it's not nothing. So what else did our computers need? That's the thing. We need cable, plastic, circuit boards. So we can just line up a few containers along here if we want to. Just to be able to just put things into those and have them fed. And then we can worry about whether or not we can feed those containers reliably in future. So we do something like that. We've got motors going in one regardless. Why are you trying to go up there? You're snapping to, what, the power lines? What are you doing? I don't understand you sometimes, game. I really don't. Okay, well I could... There we go. I can see the thing for the input. Oh, the inputs are actually closer together than I would like. That's annoying. Okay, well, I guess we put you here and hopefully we can make you work. So we do that to there, that. For some reason, doesn't work into there. What's wrong with that as a conveyor belt shape? That looks fine. I guess we'll move you further back. Could I snap you to that one instead? Yes, good. And that's further back. There you go, a little bit more clearance. Yeah, because now that one's forked as well. How bizarre. Normally it doesn't matter that you've got a power pole in the middle of your container, so I'm not sure why it's bothered by it now. You're encroaching other objects' clearance. What's it encroaching on? The other container? Oh, and then there's the constructor, or the assembler further back. Oh, we're quite constrained on where we can actually put this, it seems. That's awkward. We'll put it back as far as we can. There, hope for the best. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. This one we're not going to feed in there, because we don't need motors necessarily. Circuit board is the next thing. So these make circuit boards too, right? I guess that's what we need to focus on. No, I guess assemblers make circuit boards. Alright, well maybe we put another assembler down here. What are you doing? You're doing motors. There we go, alternate circuit board. Oh, it's just copper sheets and plastic. Huh, I could do that. Quick wire I don't have a reliable thing for. But there is the fused quick wire. Still needs the ingots though. Okay. So, let's put another assembler off the back here. Other way around. That can go into this one. Oh, it won't let me. What am I encroaching on? The container itself. Oh, and then the conveyor belt in behind. We can rerun the conveyor belt. That's not a problem. Yeah. That's fine. If we just reroute you coming this way. Yep. This is all a little bit ugly. Let's bring this down this angle a little bit more. Then we can go across here. Maybe. Height for Nautica 2? Kind of. I don't know. I'm tentatively optimistic. I wouldn't say hyped. Hyped is a very strong word for me at the best of times. Let's be honest. I'm not a hype individual. We'll see. Given Below Zero was a tad disappointing, you could say. Certainly felt a little bit underwhelming. I couldn't really say that I am super hyped for the sequel. But we'll see. Okay, so copper sheets and plastic. I felt that Below Zero as a solid could do better. They took the main bits and then tried to make it something that it kind of never was for me, but, you know, it's their game, they can do what they like with it. Oh, seriously? That's an invalid conveyor belt shape? That's annoying. Well, I guess I put you slightly closer then. Oh dear. Like so, and then... Can't be... It's... The clearance of the manufacturer is just... It's way too far away. I should just put it even further away, shouldn't I? There we go. It's mostly just because it's the other container, I think, actually. Let's put it kind of half and half between... Oh, there we go. Sideways, because it was on straight mode. There we go. Good. Right, so then this can make circuit boards. We just need to feed it copper sheets and plastic. I've got some on me for now, so that's a good start. And then you make 7.5 per minute. You come in here, and then you need 10 per minute. Okay, so... And you need more plastic. So we need a lot of plastic. 40 per minute for you. And you need 30 per minute. So that's 70 per minute total. 60 seems reasonable. We only have our plastic in a container at the moment because it's coming in from a long way away. We should probably feed it in, like, sideways down here, I think. We have a container of plastic over here. That can go both ways, ideally. Have a splitter off it. That could work. Where does it need to go? It needs to go over there. Alright, so if we do this here, I don't think it's ever going to actually stack up as such, because I don't think I create enough of it for it to matter. We'll have copper sheeting come in the other direction, ideally. So, conveyor lifts. You go this way. You will actually make it a lift mark 2. And we'll say that you're going this way. Because I want to split you off before you go into another container, maybe? No, I'm never going to have that much for backlog, let's be honest. If we do it, yeah, that way, and then we put a splitter on top. So that way we can have Mark 1 going off that side, and another Mark 1 going off this way. And if we put a lift level 1 on here... Oh, no. Double-clicked accidentally. There we go. And then do that. Through to there. Why do you say that you're clipping? That's kind of weird. Oh, see what it looks like. That's fine. I think it was just to get around this. That's all. Well, that's decent. I quite like that, actually. So I can manually stock that container for now. Now, my copper sheets. We currently have a copper sheet container, and that's over here. Going off here, facing this way and up. Nice and high. How high can you go? You can go super high. Ooh, that's good. There we go. I love that. Love that for you. Good. And then you can be across here. Keep parachuting when I don't need to. So then you can have a conveyor lift on here that comes up to a similar height. Alright. And then you have a splitter at the top. go that way. Then you hook a single one up there. Okay, you're only making 10 per minute, which is not great, but I can partially overclock you to make it 15 per minute, which is better. And then the idea is that we send, primarily, we actually want most of it going this way instead. Oh, it's not going to go up and over that properly. We didn't bring it up high enough, did we? No. That's a shame. Alright, let's do a bit of rerouting then. We need to bring it up so it's like level with me. So let's just do all of these. Take those off. Lift. Up. This high. Or even higher. Can you take me higher? Because you can go on a slight decline down there, that's fine. And then you can go across over yonder. Okay, good. We'll make it a lift level 2 simply to bias it towards this way, and then just do that all the way across here. Clipping clearance, I don't know of what. Seems fine to me. Cool, so that can be fed sheets. Now we just need to fill up our plastic container. Take out all that I can. I'm 1 stack shy. Okay. Oh, and I have more in here. Let's just put the frames in there because I just want to take out all of my plastic. And then the other one has rubber. So let's fill up this for now. And then put the rest in here. That'll keep things going for a little bit longer. So that also feeds plastic down to here. So that's good. And then we've got circuit boards now being created here, being passed into here, coming out the other side. Lovely. Okay. Now cables we have being produced over here, I believe, don't we? With a weird split setup going off to the awesome sink that we probably don't want to do, quite frankly. How many are we producing? 30 per minute, okay. So what we want to do is we want to deconstruct this, have this lifter up here, facing that way by default, and then with a splitter on you. And then I'm going to cap off what was going to the awesome sink for now, because we actually want to go over this side. And I'm just going to put the conveyor belt on top of the container, because why not? In fact, we'll just run over here so I can see what I'm doing. So I want you to be on here in a centered arrangement. Yeah, it's fine. Don't know what you're clipping on. Seems good to me. From here, we can run it over. Okay, we're not allowed to build on top of the hub. Probably fair enough. We could build on top of these containers, though. What's even going into this container? Anything? Stators. Which are then going straight out the other side. We are never getting a backlog on those. But hey. The hope is there. We cope hard. Do that there. And then we actually have a sight line on where we want to go. We want to go down there. It's kind of ugly, but it's kind of fine. The upshot of this as well is that it gives me a highway that I can then just run across to get between parts of my base, which is nice. I can just go whee and just go up and over, and then end up over here. So the problem is that that's like splitting off, and I probably don't want it to, because how much does this make? 30 per minute. So that means only like 15 per minute is actually coming down here and going into here. And what are we using? Up to 20 per minute. But we're underfeeding that by 10 per minute. we're probably going to result in shortages of that too. So that's actually fine. I'm happy enough with that. Cool. Now we just need to set up a way that we can get plastic all the way from our other base to this one. And that's a very long way. For now we can just manually ferry things, I think. And that should be fine. When that starts to get empty, then we can worry about that. Otherwise, how's our power doing? Our maximum consumption is just underneath our mandatory production. I love that. We're 2 megawatts under. Fantastic. However, that's not going to last. So, do we want to do some more power networking? And if so, where do we want to do it? We probably just want to do straight coal. Was there any water to the south? Because we've got our coal over here, but there's no water there, which is a problem for having power. But we can just run excess coal. Currently we're utilizing it perfectly with steel. But we can run excess coal up to that lake, perhaps? Or closer to that lake? Let's just go east. Okay, so there's water just up here, apparently. So we've got the lake up here, yes. So we could put at least a couple of water extractors here. Probably 4. And then run the water downhill over this way towards where the coal is. And then we can just put a bunch of power plants somewhere in between. Just set up a nice big grid, just like we did on the other side. These are sitting... oh, because they're backed up, that's right. Yeah. Because we're not using enough pipes. Maybe we turn... oh, I've got another splitter there anyway, but we could always turn that into a... double container. Not a bad idea. Because what are you producing at? Because you're a pure vein. Which means you've got 180 coming out. Ah! Lily Zipper, welcome, welcome. And Razor, thank you for the gift sub. Didn't even know you'd stopped by. Thank you for dropping in. Factory that is satisfying. Well, sometimes. Sometimes satisfying. So the 180 per minute is exactly what we need to fire both of the foundries up there. But we can upgrade you, because then I can overclock you further. Because I'm partially overclocking you now just to get to the 180. Otherwise it would be 120 by default. Presumably you're a Mark III anyway, yeah, so you can support up to 240. I can just overclock you one more time to make you 240, to be fair. Let's just do that. Okay, so now you're going to produce 240. There it comes. I need to turn the volume up on the sound alerts. I don't know why it's turned down. Brilliant. Thank you, Razor, for the resub. 49 months. Oh, I missed that it was 48 months last year. Last year? Last month. I don't know if I have badges that go up that high. Right, what was I thinking? So I need to have this split in such a way, so what do we got here? That's a Mark III, so that supports up to 240 as well. Okay, that's actually fine then. And then we've got 180 going that way, which means we have a maximum of 60. You're a Mark II and you're a Mark II, so that's actually 120 going either way. So we can siphon off from either of those. Yeah, 4 whole years. Good grief. Depart now, just wanted to stop by. Good luck, have fun. Thank you very much, Lily. Thanks for dropping by. Always a pleasure. Right, I'm trying to do maths in my head again. So 240, we're using 180. We have 60 left over that we could run yet another path for. Or we could not. Yeah, wow. Great, great. Great summary. That's an amazing summary. I still think that this should be turned into a double-decker. Just because it's easier. Or I could, like, do lifter, splitter, go into 2 separate ones. But I think I favour the combined. But that means that for now, I just need to put a second one next to it, just to be able to stash everything into it. If it'll let me. It doesn't want to let me. Oh, you can just sit over here then. You're just off to the side. So, first things first, we need to actually stop the input. And then we just shuttle what we can into there. Deconstruct this. Make a double. It'll let me. Cool. It's basically the same place. Dismantle this. Mark 3. There. Mark 3. There. So the fact that we only have Mark 3 means that we can't go above the 240 anyway, really, functionally. Take as much as we can out and put it back in there. Okay. Clean up after myself. So what that means is we can then have another dedicated one coming straight out the top that can be our excess. That, on the one hand, we only have like 60 excess to work with. But we may as well have it support 120 anyway. So let's just run this over here. Oh, we can have it going under. Instead of above. Maybe that's better. So we need to select that. And then see where it can end up. It can go over there. Well, let's do that. Let's just send it up the hill and... over the hills and far away. I should have made this one higher, actually. Or maybe even 2 higher. Oh, it's almost too long. Since it's going uphill anyway. Come up this way, under the tree. Oh, there's another rock here. That's going to be too long. We need some more metal plates soon. It's a problem with making it tier 2. It does use up a lot of the metal plates. Alright, it was that hill over there, I think. Oops. That I wanted the water. Being so cavalier about the resources that once were so scarce. I mean, this is just a nice big flat area to work on anyway, so I guess this is probably a good position. So let's do that there. Let's start just making a bunch of foundations. This is where the game gets ugly, unfortunately. I should really clear these plants off before I build over them, shouldn't I? But it's a backup that needs fueling, so... Maths on stream is dangerous. You know it. But, like I was saying to Smarty yesterday, it's a case of... I prefer to do the maths myself, if I can. Like, there's no excuse for me not doing it. How's the surface too uneven? You should fit on a single foundation. I honestly believe that you should fit on a single foundation. I should not have to have If you're going to do it in 4-meter increments, don't have things as elemental as a storage container. Require 5. Whatever. I think that will be plenty. And then I'm going to need a bunch of... So then we can put a container kind of in the middle. This is just my buffer, which I shouldn't really need. So I'm not going to double stack it or anything like that at the moment. Because the idea is that I should be using exactly what I can. So I only have enough coal to power 4. I would love to do more, but I can only do 4. Huh, that rhymes. The poet, I didn't know it. Yeah, I need a big supply of tempered plates now. Have magic crafting powers, but need to burn coal for energy. I know, right? Yeah, that is my bugbear about this game, it must be said. Like, and why I wasn't a huge fan of the idea of playing it early on. I gave into it because, like, I knew that I was going to enjoy this sort of game. Like, this sort of busy work and stuff is fun, and the exploration element as well just adds to it. In fact, it's not just about crafting, there is just the world building and the exploration as well. So, it's fine. But, it does bug me, just the artificial limitations they put on things. I mean, we do get, like, nuclear and stuff later on, I'm positive. I found uranium, so I know that nuclear is a thing. It's just, it'll take me a while to get there. You've got to suffer through these bits. Yeah, I knew you were going to be backed up again. Okay, well... I'd have to say that this would have gone a lot smoother if I hadn't been distracted by the Fixmas event. You know, it is as unproductive as what Ada was trying to tell me. But, you know, it's also fun. So let's grab some more of these as well. So copper, go in there, and then in there. Good. And I think I do want some spare, like, blue and red baubles anyway, don't I? Yeah, because I haven't actually built any snowmen. And I want 20 of each of the other colours too, which I'm not going to have a backlog of. But I do also want to build at least one of each of these. I think I don't know if they will disappear after the event ends or not, but... So I only need 3 red and 2 blue for that. Alright, well... That should be easy enough. The hard part is splitting it down to that level, because you can't choose what you split a pile into, seemingly. And then we're just going to build a 1 snowman. Ah, of course it splits down to this amount. Oh, there we go. 9, 5, there we go. 5 and 2. And then all of these are going to go into an awesome sink at some point. Why would you have to evolve that? Progression can be silly, yeah. It's one of those things. It's where the lore of the game does flounder a little bit, because it's like, if you're in this advanced technology sort of situation, then couldn't we just find where the most exploitable things are? Why do I need to research things to unlock it? It is an odd predicate, but it's also not uncommon. It would be less satisfying if we could just jump to just thwacking down a nuclear or fusion generator or something immediately, right? Okay, because we need these stars to ramp up. We're almost at 400. Almost at 400 out of 500. Alright, I needed reinforced iron plates, that's right. Somewhere amongst all of this, here we go, there's a container where I have a lot of these. Got way too many of them, but then I'm going to fill up. Chuck a stack of those in there. And how many do I actually have in there? I've got 38. Okay, well, you know what? I'm probably going to use them. So let's just stick those there. Have them queued up. I have too many on me. Never mind. Right. Research. Hard drive scan. Okay, what do we got here? Steeled frame. So that's a different way of making these. Modular frame currently is 3 steel plates, or 3 iron plates, and 12 rods. Instead it would be 2 and tubes. I mean, I have been looking for ways to get tubes. Another way to make coal, and if I could grow trees in a greenhouse, that would be great. But I can't, so it's no point. So we'll just select that. I'm hoping that I am gonna start to get some more interesting options there, but I don't know, I keep seeming to be limited. So what do we need for this? That's the one I need 500 of each, which I do think I have aside, basically, here. Yeah, so I've got 500 there. I should actually make more snow, because I'm going to need that if I want to make some snowmen. So, we'll come over here, and we'll check on you. Yep, good. Full of bows. You should also be full of bows. Good. One more round from you. You make 5 per minute, so that's 20 minutes to get another full stack. That's fine. Right, well, things are going to beaver away, and I will take a short break.